Hi you all. I've come on today because I got tagged from Patsy, Patsy's Mystical Musings, and it's the hashtag Tarot Tribe. So these are the questions and I'm now going to answer them as best I can, okay? I've got to look down because I've written down because I'm pants at remembering. Number 1, how did you get into tarot or oracle? Well, when I was 16, I worked in a bookshop, and upstairs in the bookshop we had tarot and Ouija boards and things like that, which we used to sell. It's only a work experience, and we used to get people come in. We had we used to say like white witch come in, and she fascinated me, absolutely fascinated me, because I've always been different, or I've thought different to other people, and she really, really fascinated me. And she'd bought this pack of tarot, and I was talking to her, and she was showing me the cards and you know what she did with them, and you know things like that, and I was fascinated. And a couple of days later, I bought some of my own. Question 2, are you drawn to tarot or oracle? Which are you drawn to more, tarot or oracle? I like both. It depends what day I'm on, if I'd be honest with you, and how I'm feeling that day, or what people want, but it's both. You know, I love quick direct messages you can get with oracle. I also love combining oracle with tarot. So yes, definitely both. If you could create your own deck, what would it be? I'd love a 50s inspired deck. You know, just total 50s, the clothes, the places, the way that people were, the respect, you know, all the different things. I think that in a lot of ways in the 50s there was a lot more sense of community and things. So I would love 50s inspired. I love the music as well. Amazing. Show us your first deck, oracle or tarot. Okay, I'm going to show you this. My very first deck, what I purchased first after that lady came in, was the Golden Dawn Tarot. But I lent it to a friend. She moved and I've never got it back. But you know, I can't remember how long it was. It wasn't long after I bought that one that I bought this one, and it is The Witch's Tarot by Ellen Cannon Reed and Martin Cannon. So it's quite an old deck. Well, it is an old deck. You can see it properly, but it's still kept in its precious box. The weird thing is, I've shown this on a walkthrough before, I think, is that all the kings have got the same faces and the same stances. They've just got different colour clothes. But it is a beautiful deck. I love the Hermit card. So this is my first tarot deck. I'll try and show you what I mean, if I can. The Ace of Swords. Like, you've got the Fool, and it's like computer generated. Now I don't really like computer generated faces and things. There you go, there's 2 kings, just for an example. Exactly the same, but different colouring. But it is a much loved deck. I'd never get rid of it because, like I say, it is my first, or very nearly my first deck. So that is that. I'll just put it back in its box. What is the next question? Show us your recent deck, tarot deck, oracle, crystal. Why did they call to you? Okay, my recent tarot, the one that I bought last, is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And I just liked the images. They're soft, they're gentle, they're, you know, some people, myself sometimes, I just need a gentle deck. Artwork's beautiful. So that is my latest tarot, and it's the Good Tarot. And my latest oracle is the Pixiekins. And I love this. Oops, I'll pick it up. Again, that's soft, gentle, but it does tell you as it is. You know, the first card I picked out don't look soft and gentle, does it? But it's beautiful. And I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. And the backs are beautiful too. I haven't done a walkthrough on this yet, but I think there is quite a few up. So that is my latest Oracle. And I just love the artwork and the gentleness and the whimsical part of it. So I just thought, you know, I'd seen it loads of times, but I thought about it, but on this particular day, it just called more, so I had to get it. Now, crystals. My latest bought crystal, which I bought, is selenite. I love that. I love the two colours of it, two tones. I just think it's so beautiful. Selenite. Citrine, I mean. Isn't that beautiful? Reminds me of a jelly cube from when I was small. But it's beautiful. That is the one I bought. But, we went walking the other week, and it's not a crystal, but it's a gift from the earth or from the sea. The same as like a crystal is a gift from the earth. I found that on Valentine's Day, on a beach, on a walk. So, you know, that just said to me, love. So, that is that. Okay. If you could share a tip for someone first learning, what would it be? Well, mine would be do sort of look and as much as you can. Just learn the keywords, not the whole meanings, just a few keywords or a word that you can associate with the card. And then when you're doing a reading, do it as say what you see. You know, what do you feel? What do you smell? What do you sense? Like you're stepping into that card. You know, what are the feelings that you get from that card? And when you do a spread, you know, treat it like it's a story. You know, go in and like when you're a child, you make up a story from the pictures. You see, you're using your intuition as a child. You're using the messages that you have to give you that story to learn. So that is the same. That is what I would say. You know, look at it as if you're learning as a child. You're reading those books again, and you're using your intuition to tell that story, which is what it's about. The cards are giving you messages. They might not. I mean, I've seen some, and when I first started, I thought, well, do you know what I mean? That don't make sense. That don't mean nothing to me. And it wasn't until I started using what I felt, what I saw, and the emotions from the cards and from the card that then started to weave and connect with me. So, you know, what do you smell? What do you sense? What do you feel? You know, in connection, what does that card mean with the card next to it? You know, is that walking into that card? Is that walking away from that card? So, you know, look at the cards around it as well. But don't go by, if what you're feeling isn't connecting with what I'm saying in the book, it doesn't matter. It's what you're feeling. You're the conduit of the messages from the cards. So go with what you feel, even though it might not match up with what it says in the book. It doesn't matter. It's what you feel. What message are the cards giving to you? The first tarot tuber you followed, or tubers, sorry. So mine was Simon at Hermit's Cave and Tom Benjamin. They were my first ones that I followed. What was life before tarot or holistic path for you, and where did you come from? Okay, I've always been interested in things that people would class in some things as different, you know, unusual. I've always loved animals. I've always loved the earth. I've always loved trees and plants and things like that, you know. And then my mum always said, you know, that some things were in her mind you don't mess with, yeah. But I remember when I was little, if I ran into a stinging nettle, my mum would be the first one to get a dock leaf and rub it on. Yeah, and if we used to have rose hip syrup, and when I was a teenager, first in my teens or hit puberty, and I got a breakout of spots, my mum got me witch hazel. So all these things were already there, they were already in place. I'm the only one of my siblings who wasn't christened or baptised. I'm the one that was left to find my own way. My mum said, you know, you were different, you just were different. So, you know, I found my own way, in my own way, if you get what I mean. So life before tarot, I mean, holistic to me means everything. So I was always interested in paranormal, in divination. I've always been interested in it. So I can't remember when it weren't sort of a part of my life. My favourite go-to spread is it's got to be the 9 card, I think. You know, yeah, it is. It's the 9 card spread. My top 3 spreads are, I like the 3 card for, you know, quickness. I do a week ahead spread. I love that, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But I always start, people say, or here I go again, people say, do what you feel. It don't have to be started on a Monday. If you don't want to start your spread on a Monday, I've got hiccups. If you don't want to start your spread on a Monday, don't start it on a Monday. Start it when you want. So a week ahead spread. And the 9 card. Most anticipated deck of 2020 for me is the Mons Tarot. I have backed it and I am so excited. I can't wait for it to get here. I've been keeping up with the updates and, you know, I am so excited. That is my most anticipated deck. What's in your tarot wish list? I've only got one thing in my wish list, on my wish list at the moment, because I go on, I put them all on and then I take them all off because I'll watch a walkthrough or I'll look again and they're not connecting. You know, if they're not I'll keep them on my wish list for a little time and I'll go back and I'll watch videos, you know, sort of when and where. And if they're still not you know, if I'm not connecting with them, then I won't buy them. If they're not doing something to my mind, then I won't, and I'll take them off. But the Next World Tarot has and still is connecting, so that is in my wish list. What were your impressions and fears about tarot? I think the biggest one was judgment. You know, because we get judged by people, you know, all of us know that. And people are scared of it and they project their fears sometimes. But judgment is a big one because people, you know, if you're sitting in a cafe and you pull out your tarot and you know, putting them down, then people will, you know, sort of look and they'll turn their back or they'll turn it because of fear of what they don't understand. You know, they're a set of cards, for God's sake. You know, it's us as the conduits from the cards to give the messages. You know, it's our intuition, it's not the pack of cards. It's like saying that, you know, I don't know, a book. Yeah, you're reading a book and it's like saying, oh, don't read that book because that's evil. You know, that book's going to bring you evil. That book makes you a bad person or a scary person. There's a load of rubbish. But my opinion. Would you like to start reading tarot? I already do. So, you know, that's a different question. So, yes, I do read tarot. Have you ever gotten a reading from another reader? Yeah, I have. YouTube and private. And they've been good, you know, they've been good. I think sometimes we need a different perspective than what we're seeing ourselves, because I do read tarot for myself as well and oracle for myself, and sometimes I need another's help. Maybe because what I'm seeing isn't, I'm not saying it's not the right message, because it is, because I believe that every message that we get from the cards is the right message, but it may be trying to tell us something else. And I think to have an input from somebody else whose interpretations and the messages they may be receiving are different to our own. So yes, I do. What kind of vibes do you like to feel when you're getting a reading? I like honesty. I like honesty. I like warmth. I like to feel a connection as well, you know, which is really tough. I like them to be at ease. Do you know what I mean? Because if I feel that if they're uncomfortable, then they're giving out uncomfortable or nervous like vibes. I mean, we all get nervous when it's our first reading. We're all scared that we're doing it wrong, which there is no right or wrong. But, you know, we all get them feelings. So I think, you know, to keep it in mind that if that is their first reading that they are, or they're giving you that reading, that they're going to feel some nerves. You know, they're going to be a bit scared that they're not doing it right or whatever. So to put them at ease as well as make yourself feel at ease. But I do like to feel comfortable. I like to feel as if I'm talking with you now. I like to feel like that. You know, like, oh, you're with me. You know, we're having a chat. Or, you know, you could say, oh, you know, is it going to rain today? Should I take my umbrella? Yeah, take your umbrella. You know, that sort of advice. You know, that way of communicating with each other. And number 16, tag the next tarot tuber. Okay, Bossity from Ikeli Sunflower, I am tagging you in this, my darling, and I can't wait to see your responses. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to Patsy from VR and Via Crystals for the Tarot Tribe tag. Brilliant, loved it. I'll look forward to watching all the rest of you guys. All right, much love, peace, and I'll see you soon. Bye.